LGBT history is coming to the classroom. The organization History UnErased says its mission is to make LGBT topics a part of the U.S. mainstream curriculum. One school in the Bronx has already adopted the organization's program. CBSN spoke with educators and students about the response in the classroom.
I love the opportunity to work with History UnErased because it provided us with curriculum materials that actually give kids opportunities to grapple with primary sources of actual events that occurred that affect this community.
This curriculum came, to me, and it had to do with identity and finding identity and how people really spoke up for what they believed in. It was perfect with this class. This class is sophomores through seniors. It runs 10th through 12th grade. And it was picked, kind of handpicked, because these students were asked last year if they wanted to participate. They got the whole synopsis of the class, and they wanted to do it.
Young kids are experimenting so many things and experiencing different things that adults don't really experience a lot, because they're finding out their sexuality, they're finding out their identities.
Some students at home may not have the same comfort level that they have here, and we do know, they have expressed that. So this is the environment that they're able to freely express themselves and feel comfortable.
Deborah Fowler is one of the co-founders of History UnErased. Her career as an educator began in 1986 when she worked as a Korean linguist for the U.S. Army. At the time, gay people were not allowed to openly serve in the military. Fowler says the Army's policy on LGBT people serving led to the end of her military career.
I joined in 1986, and at that time, on one of the entrance forms, there was a question, are you a homosexual? And I had checked no. And I knew that was a lie, but the top secret security clearance to follow my orders to the DMZ, the border between North and South Korea, the investigation disclosed that I was indeed a homosexual. So I was dishonorably discharged, and still felt certainly a lot of shame about that.
Deborah Fowler joins me now. Deborah, welcome. It's great to have you with us. Can you tell us a bit more about your military experience and how it led you to creating this program?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. So often in life, sometimes things that are negative that happen ultimately become very fruitful. And that was what happened with the United States Army and being discharged. After the discharge, I was resolute that I was going to use what the Army had taught me, the Korean language skills. And so many years later, I bought a one-way ticket to South Korea, and I found a job teaching at a private English academy, a hagwon. And it was there that I discovered that I loved teaching. And I earned my master's degree while in South Korea. And when I returned to the United States, I taught at a truly diverse high school in Massachusetts for 10 years, working with new immigrant and refugee students. And so that discharge from the military launched me into the education space.
And then you've created this program. Tell us a little bit more about it. And what does a program like this teach young people about themselves, LGBTQ or not?
Yes, this is important for all students. And I think, generally speaking, most people don't realize, even LGBTQ identifying people, that LGBTQ history is missing from K to 12 classrooms. And that absence has been doing harm. And because every child needs and deserves the opportunity to see a core piece of their identity reflected in what they learn in school. And so History UnErased mission is putting LGBTQ history in its rightful place, the classroom. As a former teacher, and my colleague at the time, Miriam Morgenstern, the other co-founder of History UnErased, we knew that teachers can't be expected to do something they're not prepared to do. So we made sure that our curriculum included a critical component of teacher training. So we provide our groundbreaking digital LGBTQ inclusive history and social studies curriculum that includes that critical piece of teacher training. so that educators are proficient and confident in integrating LGBTQ history and academic content.
Was it challenging creating, sort of a guideline for this history? Because as we know, sadly, so many, LGBTQ people in the past have had to sort of live their true selves in a hidden way. Like, they haven't been able to be open about their true selves. So when putting together a curriculum, looking at the history, was that piece of it difficult?
Well, it has been quite a process. The curriculum that we offer now reflects over 7 years of research and development with expert historians, archivists, librarians, classroom educators. And so it really comprises a lot of expertise from folks who knew where to look and which, everything is anchored in primary sources. And so this history has always been there. We're just unerasing it and making it visible as part of a more complete and accurate reflection of the unfolding story of America and who we are individually and collectively.
And can you give us some examples of some of the lessons specific to the program, and what types of issues involving the LGBTQ community do you bring into the classroom?
Yeah, so our curriculum, we say, spans from Jamestown, 1629, to just yesterday. There are many access points. The curriculum that we offer is integrated, is intersecting with what teachers are already teaching. They're already teaching Jamestown, so they can introduce a case study on the General Court of Virginia's case involving an indentured servant and the determination of their gender identity as being important to the economics and labor systems in the development of the Jamestown colony. We're looking at, during the Progressive Era, suffragists and reformers and Boston marriages there. We're looking at World War II and the advancement of LGBTQ rights, civil rights movement with Bayard Rustin. There's just so many examples. And young people are so excited about this. This is helping. Young people today are surrounded by LGBTQ topics everywhere. And now History UnErased is bringing this curriculum into their classroom so that they can understand the path and progression of these topics.
And tell us more about getting this program into classrooms. We know getting it off the ground was a bit of an uphill battle. What type of pushback have you experienced trying to get these lessons into classrooms nationwide? And where do you hope to see this program in 10 years?
Yeah, so we're asked that question a lot about pushback. And I have to say, honestly, that we've received far less pushback than people anticipate. We think there is a profound awareness everywhere that young people are starving for this content, and educators want to do it, but they need the resources and they need the training. So currently we are in approximately 1,200 schools across the nation. We're in all of New York City's K-12 public schools, and the schools who are integrating our curriculum are in Washington, Wisconsin, Illinois, New Jersey, Maryland, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and more.
Well, Deborah Fowler, thank you so much for your work in filling an important void in our educational system, and we really appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you so much. If I could say one more thing.
Please.
Yes. So History UnErased, our goal is to reach every school and make sure that our curriculum is reaching every student in the United States, because we know that this content affirms lives, it changes lives, and we know it is saving lives also.
So that's where you hope to see in a decade, or maybe fewer years than that. You hope to see it eventually nationwide.
Yes, we often say that this is a long game. Systemic adaptive change takes time, but History UnErased is uniquely prepared to reach more and more schools with our digital curriculum, our virtual professional training. We can be anywhere at any given time to serve the needs of schools and students across the nation.
Deborah Fowler, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.